Hi everyone, this is Miss Mara, and today I want to talk about race and how it plays into domination. So I recently was part of a conversation with other people in the kink community, and race came up with Asian doms and white men. A lot of people who were part of the discussion mentioned that white men were more subservient to Asian doms because they were more strict. Now, part of me wants to say that it's true because I grew up with a tiger mom. I had to get good grades. I am firstborn generation in the United States, so had to get good grades. A lot was expected of me. I'm the eldest child of two, and it was a very regimented family dynamic. My father was really rigid with my mother, and both in turn were really rigid on me. They also treated me like a son, if you believe in that sort of dynamic for family structures. And that means that I was expected to carve the way for our family, especially because I was also the eldest child out of all of my parents' siblings. So it was like no pressure, right? I was able to do that and work for very prestigious companies, but over the years, I realized that wasn't my calling, and that over the playtime of those same years of my transformation, I realized that I was rigid enough to have a self-discipline for myself, which means I was able to be on time, just be part of management and training for corporate companies because of that discipline. But there wasn't any reward to that in my job. As long as, I got everything done on time, sure, like I got praise, it was good for merit skills, and it kept me at my job. But it didn't fulfill me enough as a person. So when I got into kink, I feel like that regiment translated protocol during playtime. So a lot of my clients are mostly white or some Asian background, or a mix of the two. I have had other clients from other ethnic backgrounds, but they kind of act very Americanized and not their own cultures, if that makes any sense. So I would categorize that as white at this point. I know I'm going into treacherous waters by labeling people as white, but I've been categorized myself, meaning I'm an Americanized Asian, not an Asian from Asia. So I don't have a heavy accent. English is my first language, even though I speak or can understand or am conversational in other languages. My family is also from different parts of the world that aren't specific to just Asia, and that's another story. My point is, it depends on your upbringing, right? It doesn't matter if you're white or Asian. If you are a strict person and that is part of your personality, if your parents expected a lot from you growing up, to get good grades, to perform really well, to be well-rounded and everything, had high expectations for you, then you are going to have that structure in you, and it'll come out. If you believe in that kind of structure, or if you found it useful and you were able to translate that into play and use that to your advantage on being the dominant, or even being the subservient, actually, if you're able to go above and beyond other subs because you know how to be disciplined and you know how to plead, aka like you did for your parents, I don't think it matters what race